And now, the general weather around Alaska.
There's a winter weather, or a heavy snow warning, winter storm warning for heavy snow for the eastern Alaska range for tonight and Monday there for heavy snow. And then the western Alaska range, there's a winter weather advisory for several inches of snow there as well for tonight and into Monday as well. Copper River Basin, there's a winter weather advisory also out for Monday and Monday night for snowfall. Take a closer look here. For the warning area, heaviest down here toward Black Rapids, could pick up 8 to 12 inches of snow down in that area, and then up toward Delta Junction, that diminishes to about 3 to 4 inches, and as you head up toward Fairbanks, even lesser amounts, Salsa 2 to 3 inches, and then less than an inch in Fairbanks, Nenana, and Eagle Summit could pick up 1 to 2 inches, and maybe Tok or Chicken might be probably less than an inch. Tok could pick up 1 to 2 inches. And for the Copper River Basin, rain will transition to snow early Monday morning with heaviest snow of 3 to 6 inches along the Richardson Highway from Paxson north to Isabel Pass. And so it's mainly for the northern Copper River Basin area. You can see the snowfall amounts here. Paxson could see 3 to 6 inches up toward that way there. Otherwise, 1 to 3 inches as you head down toward Golcana. Then you're getting to about an inch or less there with nothing significant off to the south, except over toward the mountainous area, the Wrangell Mountains and those areas. Satellite imagery showing not much out here to the west over the Bering Sea, high pressure building in, kind of a broken up front out here toward Chimyanatu, and main front pushing slowly eastward across the Panhandle. Couple bands still off the coast there early. Those have already moved through, and then another batch here building off the coast with the main low pressure area hanging back in the western Gulf of Alaska and slowly weakening. Areas of rain and snow up into the Copper River Basin, North Gulf Coast areas. And another band here along the western Alaska Range, Kuskokwim Valley, with some moisture on up into the central interior, and another band right through here, kind of a weak band through there. And then more moisture here over the Arctic Ocean, poised to roll right on in. And rolling this through again, you'll see that area back here coming slowly southeastward toward the western Arctic coast, still ways offshore there. And for the map today, there's that trough off the coast of the Panhandle. Next batch, that'll keep it wet and unsettled there. Wind's not too bad, a little gusty, maybe 20, 25 miles an hour. Otherwise, areas of rain and snow today over the eastern interior. Rainfall amounts heaviest over the southern Panhandle, with Ketchikan picking up about half an inch. By contrast, Juneau only had about 1/10 of an inch of precipitation. And then Yakutat back up to 2/3 of an inch. Rain today along the North Gulf Coast with anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches around the Cordova area. And lighter amounts as you head in toward Cook Inlet and Kenai Peninsula. In fact, starting to clear out over the southern Cook Inlet area. Northwest flow clearing it out over Kodiak Island today with temperatures in the lower 50s. Gusty northwest winds up to 30 miles an hour though, and anywhere from 20 to 40 mile an hour northerly winds here from the southern Seward Peninsula down to the Alaska Peninsula. And out over the Bering Sea, high pressure centered near Chimyanatu. And really not much going on out there, just light winds, dry conditions. That'll continue through tomorrow. The high center shifts eastward. And a pretty large area high pressure out there, so very light winds over the Aleutians and the Bering Sea. Westerly maybe, but not all that strong over the northern Bering Sea. And then another trough brings some more snow into the western Arctic coast, Brooks Range, all the way down to the northern Seward Peninsula. And then snowfall levels coming down considerably right down to the surface here over the eastern interior. Again, Copper River Basin into the Alaska Range. Snowfall levels tomorrow coming down to about 1,000 to 2,000 feet. Some cases maybe even a little lower in the Kenai Peninsula there. So you won't have to get very high for the precipitation to be in the form of snow here. But rain along the North Gulf Coast and rain for Cook Inlet. Starting to improve in the afternoon hours though from west to east. And the southeast coast, another trough swings in around this weakening low in the Gulf of Alaska for more showers and areas of light rain. Then for the day Monday, low pressure tracks eastward, continues to slowly weaken, and that pumps another round of moisture in here back to the Panhandle as that flow stays southwest. The usual wet weather pattern there for the southeast coast, with nothing on the heavy side. Sunshine for Kodiak Island, areas of snow again here, heaviest along the eastern Alaska Range. And again, northern Copper River Basin could see 3 to 6 inches of snow. And that comes into the western Alaska Range as well, with lighter, more scattered amounts up to the north. And mostly sunny for Bristol Bay. Out to the west, as this high starts to give way a little bit, winds start to increase out over the far western Aleutians, and that leads to the next system pushing some gale force winds and rain in toward Atka, or Adak, late in the day. From Atka eastward, stays nice. High pressure now over the southeast Bering Sea. Weak trough up here to the north may produce a few showers there into the Yukon Delta. And now mostly sunny skies over southern Alaska. North and west of the Alaska Range, or north and northwest of the Alaska Range, that's where the snow will be restricted now, all the way up to the eastern Arctic coast. And you can see several troughs swinging down out of the Arctic Ocean in across the north slope in the Arctic coastal areas. And a very weak trough keeps it showery and unsettled over the southeast coast. Lows tonight, 40s for the Panhandle, 30s here across southern Alaska, and 20s up to the north there, lower 30s around the Fairbanks area, on down toward Northway, Tok, and to Eagle. 20s from the Brooks Range all the way up to the Arctic coast, around 30 there. And then the highs tomorrow, not much warmer, in the lower to mid 30s for the eastern interior areas, 20s for the Brooks Range, and then into the lower 30s for the Arctic coast, 40s across southern Alaska, 50s for the Panhandle. And the lows Tuesday morning, 15 to 20 for the Brooks Range, and in the teens and 20s all the way down into the Susitna Valley, Copper River Basin area, 25 to 30 for the Kenai Peninsula area, mid-30s Kodiak Island, upper 30s for the Pribilofs, lower 40s for the Aleutians, and near 30 for the Arctic coast, mid-40s for the Panhandle. Highs into the 50s, mid-50s for the southeast coast, near 50 Kodiak Island, 40s here across southern Alaska, 30s in the central interior, 20s for the Brooks Range, and then mostly in the 30s for the north slope and the Arctic coast, 40s out to the west.